The title of this video is How to Raise Your Vibrational Frequency for Spiritual Enlightenment and the Laws of Attraction. Hi, I'm Jonathan Parker. I've been teaching methods and techniques to raise consciousness to enlightened levels for over 50 years. And over that span, I've found that much of what you'll find in the research through books and the internet and live workshops is a lot of information, and some of it's really interesting. But you find very little about how to actually accomplish what you've heard or read that some others have attained. Now, perhaps you've wondered if there's something wrong with you. Well, I don't think so. You just haven't been told the steps that you need to take to be able to manifest what it is that you want. The how-to is what I'm here to explain in my videos. My most comprehensive book on Amazon is titled Handbook for Enlightenment and Ascension, and I wrote it to fill in some of those gaps. Let me ask a question. What do world leaders, entrepreneurs, business people, teachers, farmers, plumbers, and you have in common? They are all actually spiritual beings having a physical experience. So in other words, no matter how different we might seem to be from one another on the outside, at our core, we're more similar than we are not similar. We're all composed of energy patterns existing on different vibrational frequencies. So we may look different on the outside, dressed up as lawyers or clergy or electricians or taxi drivers or students or children or others, but we're all engaged in a process of experiencing life on Earth with different costumes and disguises, and that sets us apart from one another. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the factors that affect your vibrational frequency, and that reflects your consciousness level. And I'll go over some ways your vibrations are affected, with some techniques for raising your frequencies besides just the usual love and light meditations that are often referred to. These are important and they're helpful, of course. But in this video, I want to cover some of the major ways that your mind traps you into limited ranges of frequencies and therefore the experiences you have. And most importantly, methods that you can apply immediately to raise your vibrations. The result of negative thinking sets up low frequencies, whereas positive, loving, acceptant, and kind sets a state of mind creating higher vibrational frequencies. And all of that results in a happier, lighter, more peaceful experience. The law of attraction's golden rule of thumb goes like this. Whatever thoughts and feelings you put out into the universe will come back to you like ripples in a pool. So if you speak or even think badly about yourself, or you blame others, or you feel as though you could never have the successes that you'd like, not only will the universe listen, but it will respond by giving you more of what you hold in your consciousness. So if your consciousness holds low frequency reactions such as fear, anger, resentment, and lack, those are the vibrational frequencies that will create in your life what you have. Now that means that your vibrational frequency activates the law of attraction to bring you what the vibration is. This is a really important concept to understand, because a lot of people are doing positive affirmations and visualizations and meditations trying to attract some wonderful things, but they are not getting the results they want. And that's due to the fact that despite their good intentions, they have not raised their frequency of consciousness to the level where they can manifest what it is that they desire. And one of the reasons for this is you may be holding lower frequencies in your aura or energy field and not even be aware of it. So if you're around people who are always complaining about their job or politics or how they never have the relationship that they want, beware, because they're operating on a low vibrational frequency, and that can affect you, especially if you have the same or some lower vibrational frequencies as well, matching patterns. You see, similar energies attract each other, and they form connections. These I call matching patterns. And I go into some ways of clearing yourself of these negative energies from others on my video on aura reading and clearing. So check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Have you ever met someone who seemed to have a wonderful glow about them? Perhaps you noticed that life flowed positively in their direction, almost as if they had a magical touch or a Midas touch. Well, it really isn't magic. It's not a fantasy. But it is magic in a sense that their positive energy is cultivating a positive outcome. And you can get more magical positive frequencies in your life by following some guidelines that I'm going to explain in a minute. And you'll reap the benefits in those areas of your life from your work, in your love life, your health, and everything else. So first, commit to taking the high road. You can ask yourself right now, do I live in integrity? Integrity means the quality of being honest and having strong moral and ethical principles, which are in fact the core values of your soul or true self. And those are rooted in unconditional love and kindness. So, do you live in your integrity? It's actually pretty easy to be in conflict with your true self because you can get swept up in the drama surrounding you. Because life spins out all kinds of stories that are engaging, and they can trick you into believing that they are real, when actually they're interpretations, they're perceptions, they're judgments, all in the mind. And they are so convincing that your thoughts and conclusions validate a fiction. Now, it is very important to be aligned with your true inner truth. So you're not saying and doing things that are in conflict with your deepest core truth self. Because that's the only way you're going to evolve into a happier, higher, more fulfilling life. Life was actually meant to be happy and fun and fulfilling, despite challenges that might come your way. When you focus on difficulties in your love life or your health or your money life or your work life, you are aligning with lower frequencies than that of your soul. So if you want to become happier and as successful and fulfilled as possible, turn to your true self, which will automatically tune you into a higher vibrational frequency. And I'll tell you an easy way to do that as I continue. Most people react to a breakup or a layoff or a health crisis with negative victim mentality. So you might have a thought like this: life is just not fair. I'm being punished by God. If anything can go wrong, it will. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Circumstances like those can be some of the most difficult things to experience in life. But if you then resent or hate those who have hurt you, or continually blame or even criticize yourself or others, you're going to be lowering your frequencies, and you are the one who will ultimately end up paying a heavy price. For instance, if you are fuming angry about someone, who do you think pays the penalty for you being angry? Well, I think the answer is obviously you. If you're going through a difficulty, align with the depths of your soul through your heart center, and you'll start attracting more good into your life because you'll be shifting your frequencies from negative to a positive, soul-based positive outlook. The easiest way to do this is by tuning in to your heart center. You may have noticed that there are some singers, when they're singing about love, they sometimes intuitively put a hand, or maybe in both hands, over the center of their chest. This is called the heart center. And you'll see sometimes when a person is talking about a topic that moves them with love and compassion, they do the same thing. There's an Eastern teaching that the soul is anchored in our bodies 10 thumb joints above the navel. So that's roughly about 10 inches. But of course, it's going to vary somewhat from person to person, depending on how tall you are and the size of your thumb. However, you're going to find that it brings you approximately to the center of your chest. This is above the physical heart and the heart chakra, and it's sometimes called the high heart center for that reason, or the high heart chakra. And when you rest a hand there, even for just a few minutes, with an intention of putting your focus there, you'll start connecting and attuning to your true self or your soul. You're going to notice there's an automatic calming effect that emerges. Now, there's no doubt there are probably several explanations for this, but I think of this as the soul or spiritual connection that you're making. And if you close your eyes and rest your hand there for even a few minutes, you're going to notice that there's a change in the way you feel in your inner space. It becomes more soothing and peaceful and more acceptant. And this process alone can help you disengage from mental activity, and so your mind will calm down. Your soul or true self is accessible anywhere through your body, but it's most easily accessed by connecting through the center of your chest. A second way to raise your vibrational frequency is to let go of any struggling, lack, and align with the vibrations of gratitude and abundance. So instead of wondering why your dreams, aspirations, or opportunities aren't manifesting, recognize there must be a part of you that's operating at a lower vibrational frequency because you're unhappy. Unhappy with what you have or don't have. And your low vibrations can only attract and create more of the same. Now, a tricky part of this process is that lower vibrations or beliefs are often in the background or even completely in your subconscious. And quite often, there's something that you're not even aware of. In fact, they can even be the opposite of what you consciously want and believe. But you can be assured that if what you are experiencing is not positive and happy, there must be some deep-seated mental or subtle energy program running that's creating and attracting what it is that you are energizing. It couldn't be any other way. So whether you can identify the beliefs or the attitudes or not, you can assume that there's an energy in your field contributing to your condition, and then you can take some necessary steps to remove or dissolve the causes. And one way to do that is to put a hand over your heart method that I just mentioned. Another way to do that is to switch gears into a higher vibrational frequency by affirming that everything that you need is either right here in the present moment or it's on its way to you. So you can modify this to your specific circumstances. For instance, it is my intention and my belief that abundance is attracting and manifesting in my life now. Or it is my intention and my belief that I am attracting and manifesting healthy and loving people into my life now. These type of statements put you in the process of creating and attracting the good things in life. And this brings us to the third method of raising your vibrational frequency. And that is by using daily affirmations to help set your positive intentions. Daily affirmations are one of the fastest, easiest, and most dynamically effective ways to become happier and more positively focused. Positive statements help you set intentions. They immediately raise your vibrational frequency. The very important and overlooked component of this method is to feel the sensations in the affirmations and hold on to those feelings for a minute or longer. And I'm going to give you some examples of the type of affirmations to repeat for happiness or success, for focus, productivity, peacefulness, self-love, and the like. Now, you want to make these statements more specific to your needs. So make sure you word your affirmations in the present tense or the progressive tense in regard to the manifestation of the affirmation. Thank you for my health, my family, my friends, and the network of love and support that surrounds me. So there's an expression of gratitude. Here's an affirmation. My high vibrations attract and cultivate financial abundance and security into my life each and every day. I attract and nurture a loving, committed partner who reflects joyfulness, love, and happiness. I am rewarded for my skills and talents, which take me to new opportunities for growth and financial gain. You might even want to put those on a mirror where you'll see them each morning. And now I want to elaborate on this a little bit more. We've all been exposed to issues with work and health and relationships and finances that provide plenty of situations to become stressed and develop negative thought patterns. However, negative thoughts and feelings that are left unresolved can lead to chronic self-defeating patterns that become self-perpetuating. And that's what the law of attraction is about. So the law of attraction can attract negative things as well as positive things. It depends what you're holding in consciousness, and especially in your subconscious. To avoid becoming triggered or trapped in this cycle, you can use thought-clearing techniques that can help you reach more positive states of mind. And most often, negative feelings occur when people are triggered by memories of negative events, perhaps where they wanted more success or more control over situations. When facing challenges, people often allow undesirable thoughts to multiply and affect how they react to others in ways that they'll later regret. That's called catastrophizing, or making a mountain out of a molehill. And this brings How to Raise Your Vibrational Frequencies, Part 1, to a conclusion. I'll continue with this in Part 2.